Hurry up, Casper. Open the door!
I'm sorry, but since we were in such a hurry, I thought you might be able to get out of the car yourself.
Whatever. Let's go.
Good day, sir.
Hello, Fred.
Ted.
There he is, the little darling. Oh, he looks as sad as I feel.
Yo.
I don't feel as bad as you look. Oof.
Come to Mama, you beautiful baby boy. Have this fixed.
I'd like to have her fixed.
Are we ready?
If you're sitting there watching the screen, that means I must be dead.
We know that, you evil cow.
My loyal and trusted friend Irene Blake has the hard copy.
What
of
am I
my
gonna
last
do?
will and testament.
Why'd you have to
I
leave
didn't want
me?
to leave you with only a cold legal document. So let me begin. To my faithful servant, Peggy Delaney, and her husband, Miles Delaney, affectionately known to us all as Mouse, I leave the sum of $50,000 each and 1% of my stocks and bonds. And to my dearly beloved nephew, Casper Aloysius Pennington. Casper. I never had children. I considered you to be my own, but since you were born, every single solitary thing you wanted, you got. This, I fear, has not served you well. I'm charging you and your ever-so-charming wife, Dolores, to run the day-to-day operations at ARRF.
Oh.
I have, however, appointed my best and most loyal friend to be the chief executive officer of the foundation. I also leave my estate, my house, my jewelry, my money, and all of my investments to my dear dog, Bailey. Bailey, you have been my sword and my shield. My life's true companion these past 7 years.
Oh,
I'll miss you, boy.
I'll miss you too.
The woman is a barking lunatic.
And to Theodore Maxwell, as the world's leading canine behaviorist.
Behaviorist?
You're the only one who can truly understand and speak with Bailey, read his mind. To you, I entrust the guardianship of Bailey.
It's some sort of evil trick.
Well, I was never good at goodbyes. So I'll leave you on a cheery note. Live while you can, because you're dead a long time. Trust me.
What sane person would leave their entire estate to a mongrel? This will never stand up in court.
I assure you, Constance was absolutely compos mentis when she made her will. I have signed affidavits from her.
Come make up with Casper and Dolores.
Get away from me!
Good idea, Ted. That went well.
Dolores, you're not yourself.
I am myself. I am totally myself. I have never been more irrevocably myself.
You'll see us in court.
Did you hear that, Peg?
All of our beautiful money gone to a dog. We should have had Constance locked up in the loony bin years ago before she took up with that bumbling canine behaviorist. And now he controls the entire fortune. How could she have loved that mutt so much?
Unfortunately, my dear, it doesn't say so much about how much she loved the dog as it does about how little she loved us.
Oh, it's not fair! Not fair! That money should be ours! You're the legitimate heir! You have the genuine Pennington blood! Please say something!
we're done for. You can't just die because you want to. It simply isn't that easy. Something will come up.
Something besides my breakfast is bound to come up sometime. And I'll tell you something, it better come up before the new head of the foundation comes sniffing around, lifting his leg, marking his territory, digging up the bone that's going to choke us. How long do you think it's gonna be before he and his minder find out there's no financial foundation to the foundation? $10 million! That money was supposed to go to the animals. Why did I ever let you invest in that stupid business?
It is not a stupid business. It is a stroke of entrepreneurial genius.
Oh, genius! You bled this foundation dry. Don't you realize we're almost out of money and we're in debt? We expected to inherit.
We will inherit.
Oh, Casper, we have to fight this. We need a lawyer.
I am a lawyer.
We need a good lawyer.
You're from the Daily Standard?
Yes, that's right.
Mr. and Mrs. Pennington, it's the Daily Standard. Can you take the call?
No calls.
Don't bother us. That unspeakable wretch of a dog Bailey is sitting over there in what should be our mansion. The mansion that we've longed for, Casper, sitting in our library enjoying the high-priced amenities that rightfully should belong to us. When we were married, certain guarantees were made, financial certainties were counted on, deals were struck. I gave you my youth, and you in turn were going to give me an obscene amount of money to make up for it. Now all those certainties are dashed. My neck is crippy, and all contracts are smashed to smithereens because of some cretinous canine.
My business is going to make us very rich. Our very own state-of-the-art
Puppy mill.
I wish you didn't call it that, Dolores. It's so demeaning. I prefer to think of it as a money mill. Once we start turning a profit, the sky is the limit. We'll make millions. Many, many millions.
Billions, Casper. I want billions.
And you shall have them, my Dolores. Puppy steps, baby. Puppy steps.
I've seen brighter lights on small appliances. You just don't have all your little chairs pulled up to the table, do you? Really, Casper, your stupid puppy mill needs another infusion of cash.
Product, distribution expenses, miscellaneous expenses. Dolores, you have to spend money to
make money, right. Spend money to make money. Like we need more dogs, Casper. We are drowning in dogs. I hate dogs. I hate dogs with the white-hot intensity of 1,000 suns.
Sound like one.
Good morning, everyone.
The food is crap, crap, crap.
What's he saying?
He says it's not the cost of the dog food that should be the issue, but rather the quality.
These strays grow up on garbage. Any food we give them is an improvement.
You try it then.
We have way more important things to talk about than dog food.
Thanks, here.
That's right.
You want me to pour?
That's right. And the fact that some of the office staff is using the refrigerator to store personal food. That must be stopped.
What do you say?
Excuse me.
I wonder if I could have a moment.
Who dragged this cat in?
There's a little matter that's troubling me.
He says go ahead.
Excuse me. I didn't hear any difference between the back off bark and the go ahead bark.
Well, there's a huge difference, believe me.
Really?
There's some transactions, some figures that are they're puzzling me.
What figures?
Well, it seems that one of the trust accounts is completely empty.
Which trust account?
The Foundation's account.
That fund has been...
It has been moved to an offshore account.
For tax reasons.
That's right. There are great advantages to offshore banking that are totally beyond your humble comprehension, but with the tax rates being the way that they are, and the Dow and the NASDAQ being totally unstable, not to mention the discovery of oil in the Ishmael Desert, well, the tax rates will double, if not triple, and with income averaging, we could very well end up on top.
What my lovely wife is saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that the tax money saved can go directly to the care and feeding of our beautiful animals.
What a load.
Bailey feels that you should have cleared the decision to move the trust offshore with the board.
Well, he does he?
He says that funds can't be moved without the board's okay.
That's correct.
Well, maybe the boss doesn't remember, but we did have a discussion about this over a bowl of biscuits.
Oh, please.
Okay, let's wrap this up, shall we?
It's utter lunacy. We have to contest the will. Whoever heard of $1 billion fortune being left to a dog?
Well, actually, I could cite Brown versus Tippy Tuppy Boots and Bieber, or Dalton versus Sargent, or the Wells family versus Sheba. All these cases went right up to the Supreme Court. The animals won.
If you were any kind of lawyer at all, you'd be out there fighting this case instead of standing here citing things at me.
All I'm saying, sweetums, is that Aunt Constance had the foresight to know that we would contest the will, and she seems to have covered all her bases. I'm not saying we can't dispute it, just that we need to have an angle.
How about if we just kill the mutt? How's that for an angle?
It would be just a teeny tiny bit suspicious, don't you think? Look, you're overcome.
No, I'm not.
You need to get rid of those nasty frown lines. We are next in line to inherit. If Bailey suddenly turns up dead, we'll be the first people they suspect when it comes to doggy murder most foul.
Well, think of something!
Well, darling, we can't murder him, but we could kidnap him.
What did you say?
We could kidnap him and hold him to ransom.
There it is. With any luck, he'll leave the mutt in the car.
It'll be easy picking.
Great.
Now what? Look at that. All over each other in broad daylight. How can she be so brazen?
Yeah, that Marge is pretty frisky.
Not Marge, the dog's stupid. That flea bag of a CEO. Don't you realize that if those two have puppies, they'll be next in line for the inheritance? We've got to snatch him. Ugh, dander.
You want dander? I got dander.
God, I hate dander. You know, Marge, the whole point of having an administrative assistant is to have someone to provide assistance when you find yourself in need of administration.
Yes, Mrs. Pennington.
That's Constance's window up there.
And what makes you think the dog's still sleeping up there?
Well, of course he is. Come on, let's get going. Ooh.
This is without a doubt the stupidest idea you've had in a history of stupid ideas. Why don't you just use the door?
Bailey. Here, boy.
Bailey. It's not here. Let's go downstairs again. Told you it wasn't gonna be up there. Shut up.
Bailey. Come to Daddy.
Bailey.
God, I can't hear a thing. My left eardrum is permanently damaged.
If you use the term banshee one more time and referring to my screaming, I'm going to take this fine old pewter flask and drive it up your left nostril. Got it?
My dear, if you hadn't...
If I hadn't squealed like a
Stop.
we would very likely be behind bars right now, contemplating heavy jail time on charges of breaking and entering. Not to mention opening a whole Pandora's box of embezzlement and misappropriation of funds charges.
One can only wonder, my dear, how on earth you access the vernacular of the criminal underclass. You're spectacularly without what we came here to get. We are, my dear, totally dogless. We only have one choice. We have to go back in.
Couldn't we wait out here? I mean, they have to let him outside to do his business sometime, don't they?
Not unaccompanied.
In his own backyard. Poor rich sucker. There he is. There he is.
Come to Papa.
There's something in the air tonight. Lots and lots of cat.
He's coming.
He's coming awful fast.
Get the noose ready.
Prepare to scream.
Gotcha now, Pooch. Our ship is about to dock. We hold all the cards.
So what are we gonna do with them?
I have a much better idea than some piddly little ransom. This is just the angle that I was looking for the appeal. Ted Maxwell lost the dog while it was in his care. How good a guardian does that make him?
You are so clever.
I have my moments, Poopsie. Want to snuggle?
No.
Good.
Oh, my head.
You stay right here, okay?
Okay, Mom, come on. Hey, Mommy has to take you outside.
Filthy coffee. Who do you suppose makes this?
Hi. May I come in? I just happened to stumble on what must be an obvious mistake in the records, and, well, I'm not an accountant, but, well, you see here, it appears that the foundation is completely broke, and, well, I know that can't possibly be true, so, well, I thought it would be best to bring it to your attention.
Oh. Thank you, dear.
We're very grateful for your concern, but you aren't an accountant, so...
There's another thing. Sam, can you come in here, please? Come here, Pips. Tell them about last night.
My friend and I, we were here last night, and a big truck was being loaded at the warehouse. Outside of ARF, we heard puppies.
In the middle of the night? Surely that's very late for a little girl to be out and about, trespassing.
Was your mommy with you?
Well, no.
No, she wasn't. Ted was with us.
How very interesting. Well, maybe you should ask your friend Theodore what he was doing at ARF last night. Or maybe you already know. I know we have our suspicions.
Well, of Ted? For what?
Interpreting Bailey's wishes according to his own self-serving dictates.
I don't believe that.
Oh, he's quite the con artist. Plays the bumbling fool to a T. My dear late aunt loved him.
But she was senile, so he had no trouble in talking her into the idiocy that he could understand everything Bailey was thinking and saying.
Which is why we're taking the will to the Court of Appeal.
We've had a very difficult few months.
Making the best of a very nasty situation.
And speaking of nasty situations, I'm so glad you came in, dear. We're letting you go.
Why? What, just because I...
Downsizing.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Dolores, darling, come on down. We have a guest. Something to do with our Mrs. Maggs. Et voila.
How very interesting. Do tell. Do tell, Mr.
Donald, yes. You could call me Don. Between you and me, Mrs. Meggs is quite a piece of work. I've been tailing her. She's an activist.
An activist?
One of them?
I have pictures.
Really?
Always poking her nose in where it doesn't belong.
Really? Like where?
Oh, the usual nonsense. Cruelty to animals, cruelty to trees, cruelty to the atmosphere, whatever. She's active against it. Mind you, underneath that protesting pinko exterior, she seems to be a sweet person who I personally think was led astray by the lunatic fringe. She might be up to something at your foundation. Oh, I just need something new to nail her with.
Well, I think we have some information that we can share. We have some interesting tidbits, don't we, Caspi? Not very luxurious gigs for the CEO of a very important foundation.
How you feeling, boss? Oh, does that mean back off? Ew, I'm really scared.
Oh, of course you are, sweetie. Bailey is a very rich, very powerful, very scary doggy.
When are we gonna get rid of this mongrel?
He's gone missing. He's been kidnapped. We find him. We're the heroes. It'll look like he ran away from that nincompoop Ted Maxwell and came to his true owners, his rightful owners. Yours truly.
You are so clever, my little dolliness.
I have my moments. Whoever has Bailey, we implore you to please bring him home safe.
We'll do whatever it takes to ensure his safety. Anything.
Just bring him home.
Is Bailey your dog? I thought he belonged to that weird guy, the one who thinks he can read doggy minds.
Technically speaking, he's not our dog.
But we love him like he's our own. If you have any information about Bailey's whereabouts, anything at all, just please contact
I don't
us
trust
at
them.
the number of your screen. We miss that little doggy so much.
Oh, honey.
Look at these. Let's go.
Okay.
Our case is foolproof. By tomorrow night, we'll be Bailey's legal guardians. There's no way that mangy mutt will prevent us getting our hands on my aunt's money. We'll be filthy rich.
We'll be billionaires. I'll take a bath in money.
Can I jump in?
The water's
I'll switch the lights out. And we'll be off. And then maybe we could...
Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but...
They've grown used to you bothering us, Marge.
I just wanted to know if you'd seen my daughter Sam and her friend Max by any chance this evening.
Missing, are they? Again? Well, I can assure you they are not here.
Well, do you think I could take a look around? They might have broken in.
Broken in. Lovely.
And you might not know they're even here.
I've already completed my nightly check of our beloved strays. And there's not a single solitary soul in the building.
Marge?
Well, well, well. What a charming picture. You should be on a calendar.
Would it be naive of me to think that you're here to save us?
Yeah. Profoundly naive.
Mom! Mom, look out! Get off me! Get away from my mother!
I love it when they go limp.
Hey, boss, what do you want me to do with them?
Just keep them here and don't let them get away. Oh, and chloroform the dog.
You have to let me in. It's an emergency. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, where am I? Is there any food around?
We have liftoff. Button places?
I apologize, Your Honorship, for interrupting the proceedings, but I found it germane to the case that Bailey, who has been missing, has been found. Actually, miracle of miracles, he found me. The dear doggy made his dear way back to the foundation, where he practically threw himself in my arms, exhausted yet exhilarated to finally find a safe haven.
Having heard little or nothing in the way of a defense or any other kind of sense, and since the dog is now present and the defendant isn't, I feel it is incumbent upon the court to set aside the wishes of the deceased and give over custody of the dog Bailey to the Penningtons, who have dedicated a lifetime to the welfare of domestic animals.
Excuse me, Your Honor. These two horrible people dedicated their life to the abuse of domestic animals.
Order!
Hey, Bailey. Oh, it's good to see you, Ted. Man, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Hey, you. Dog talker.
Yes, sir. Ted Maxwell, Your Honor.
Why weren't you here earlier?
The Penningtons are monsters, Your Honor.
They run a puppy mill.
We've got pictures to prove it. Pictures? Yeah. Digital. High quality digital.
I protest in the strongest possible terms. In fact, I am calling for a mistrial! Sit!
I offer these pictures of said sad little creatures as Exhibit A, and this label found on the premises of the Animal Rights and Research Foundation as Exhibit B. The Penningtons operate an illegal puppy mill under the name Waggly-Tailed Puppies. In view of this new evidence, I ask that you dismiss the Penningtons' petition for guardianship of Bailey and that charges be laid against them for fraud and conspiracy to embezzle.
Wasting my valuable tee-off time.
Your Honor, I throw myself on the leniency of the court. I confess, but I was driven to it by my wife. It was her! Yes, her!
Shut up, you fool! Sit!
Silence! Can't stand it anymore! No, she did it! You don't know what she's like!
How dare you!
You please!
I won't run in jail!
evil cow.